Here's Richard.
Hi everyone. I'm Richard Lewis Brown, and today is April 18th, 2015. This is a very important webcast. As you know, our upcoming election is right around the corner. The ballots go out on Monday, April 20th. Myself, along with my running mate, Jacqueline McCullum, for Vice President of Organizing and Representation, we seek your support and your yes vote. We need a new change in leadership. And so I'm going to let my running partner, Jackie, state her opinion on why she is the most viable asset for the position she's running for.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline McCullum, and I'm hoping everyone is enjoying their Saturday. I'm running for VP of Organizing and Representation, and I've had 2 years experience in the URC where I did Skelly's, SPB hearings, investigations, and just plain simple representation. And this is 2007. We didn't have the URC, so we did all of our intake using paper and running out, and we didn't have the Union Resource call center. We did it by hand, and we went, and I was very much overwhelmed, but I did my best of my ability to try to make sure that we resolved members' issues. Which brings me to something that's really bothering me is one of my coworkers, she had to file a lawsuit for the second time. We work at Caltrans in District 10, and she found porn on her supervisor's computer, and it had been there for 2 years. So the Stockton Record picked up the issue and ran an article in the Stockton Record, and then Channel 10 News also picked up the article and did an interview with her. And my issue is that I tried to help her. We went to the union for help. We couldn't get anybody in the union to assist us. It started off as a merit issue complaint, and then it ended up turning into a lawsuit. And I feel that where is our union? And so many times people have representation of issues and they never get resolved, and they get this nasty taste in their mouth about the union. And this is not what our union is for. I mean, if we can spend all this money paying politicians who don't stand up for us, because I didn't see not one of the people, the assembly, stood up for us and say, hey, I do not want state employees to be furloughed. So I would like to see our money spent on our members for representation. That's what we pay for. And I just wonder if you know how your union dollars are being spent. Who's on union leave? What are they doing? Just recently we sent a bunch of people to Missouri. For what? I asked, I didn't get an answer. And my other issue that is really frustrating to me is that our policy file that you can find on the union SEIU website, if you can find it, is quite challenging. But our policy file is on there, and if you go and you look up elections, then you will see that you're not allowed to use member resources for any campaigning, which I feel that our union is using our campaigns, our union dollars for campaigning. And what can we do about it? I mean, they have so much leeway that per Public Employees Relation Board does not handle internal politics. So you would actually have to go out and hire an attorney to sue them to do the right thing. So I feel, why should we have all this internal fighting? Why can't we just have a fair election and we all get the list of our membership so that they can make the best decision on the candidate that they would like to serve them for the next 3 years? Why does it have to be all this corruption? And we don't get the list, but they get the list. Yvonne has the list and her team has the list. And they also are campaigning during work hours. So I would encourage you again that if they're at your work site during the hours of 8 to 5, campaigning for Yvonne, that you politely raise your hand up and say, are you campaigning during working hours? Because if you're on union leave, what are you doing? I mean, you have a right to ask them these questions when they come into your work site. So I really feel that it's going to take, there's an old saying that says that it takes a village to raise a child. I think it's going to take the village of the state employees to get the corruption out of our union and make it so that whatever we're paying for, which is representation, that we get what we pay for and not what they want us to have when they want us to have it. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it back over to Leonard, to Richard, because I can keep talking and talking and talking because I'm very passionate about it and I'm really frustrated about it. So Richard.
Thank you. As you can see, Jacqueline, with all of her years of experience, has so much to say about this union. Now, I know in my heart, and I hope to convince you, that I am the best person to lead this union in this new election. And I'll tell you why. The other candidates do not have the courage or the honesty to represent you. We've had these webcasts several different times, and I've received calls from people that stated that I was a little harsh on Yvonne Walker. So I want to be very clear about Yvonne Walker and these other candidates. First, I'm college educated. I have a bachelor's degree in finance. Second, I serve the country. I am also a veteran, and I proudly serve the United States of America. And third, I have the honesty to tell you the truth. And the truth is this: our union is not member-led. This union is Yvonne Walker's personal business interests. Therefore, she will not tell you where the money is being spent because she spends it the way she sees fit. She works with special interests, and one of those special interests is Governor Brown. So let me say this to you very loudly and very clearly. The reason why you were furloughed is because Yvonne Walker was not strong enough to stand up and use her political influence to stop Governor Schwarzenegger. This is what has happened. And over 30,000 of our members lost their homes because of the furlough program, which led to foreclosures for these members. However, Yvonne Walker did not lose any money during that time. And when she decided to vote herself a pay raise in 2011 up to $150,000 a year, this was a clear signal that this was about her and not about you. Now, supposedly she didn't get the pay raise, that never got voted on by the DOC presidents. And so my question is, if she didn't get it that way, how did she get her pay raise? Well, she received it, but unfortunately, since she will not show her tax returns over these last few years, then we can't verify it. Now, I'm more than willing to show you my tax return, my most current tax return. I'm more than willing to show you my credit report. I'm more than willing to show you my voting record from 2012 up to now, particularly the part where I voted no against the side letter. So when these other candidates running for president tell you they're going to fight for your interests, ask them, where is your verifiable proof? Are you willing to show your most current pay stub so we know how much money you're getting paid? Will you show your tax returns? Show us your credit report so we know you have the financial discipline. Because if you can't handle your own personal finances, why would we trust you to handle the union finances? We wouldn't. But I'm more than willing to be transparent because that is my word. A word that many people now are using as part of their campaign that they got from me, Richard Lewis Brown. And this is why I'm the only person in the union that can make the changes needed at leadership level that will involve all of our members, regardless of your status, whether you're a due-paying member, whether you're a fair share payer, or you're a non-germane. We should be a member-driven union, but we're not. This has been Yvonne Walker's personal agenda since being elected the first time in 2008. In fact, she's been on union leave since 1998. Does she really have anything in common with our members? No, she doesn't. In fact, she never did. If you would like to hear more about why I'm the only person that can lead this union, I will be in Oakland next week on Wednesday, I believe it's the 22nd at 5 p.m. Please come and listen to me. I've been invited to talk about geographic pay. It's a very simple subject for me. If you work in a high cost of living area in the state of California, you should have geographic pay. All of us should have COLA, the cost of living allowance. This is not complicated. This is common sense. And let me state this to you strongly, like I stated to Mr. John Chung, the new California State Treasurer, on March 11th. We're not paying any extra for this pension reform. Why can't we have a transparent look on all the state agencies and how they spend money so we can eliminate wasteful fraud and abuse? This is a positive alternative versus taking money from our pockets. We suffered the 3 days furlough, we suffered the 1 day pay loss in 2010 and also in 2012. We've suffered enough, but you need a new leader that will send a clear-cut message to the governor and to the state legislature that you're not going to come and keep taking money from state workers. This is unacceptable. So we will end on this first segment on the power of courage. Please stay tuned for the next segment where we will talk about integrity. Thank you very much.
Thank you.